Okay.
I literally just got off the phone. Whoever Kira is in customer service, I love her. She escalated my case.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh.
Good. What's up, folks? We are about on time for us, as we say, 9 o'clock. Welcome to another edition of Press Play. I am Michael.
I am wondering why I look fat in this picture.
Buddy. Why you looking? I didn't make you look the way you look. I don't know what to tell you, man.
F you. Said I can't curse, so.
Okay.
I can say that.
You see, I made it bigger for you, too. Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. How did you do that?
I just messed with the settings on the remote.
Really?
Yes. The TV that you own, yes.
I mean, I don't own exactly that TV.
Okay.
Mine is better.
Yes.
Probably.
It probably is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here.
Sorry, guys. It's my fault we're late. I was on the phone.
Hey, your baby's real. That's all that matters.
I mean, I know he's real.
Well, now the world knows.
I need my insurance to know that.
Now your insurance knows too.
Man, let me tell you. I got an $800 bill talking about your baby not covered. The F word came out quite often.
Yeah.
Woo.
But yeah.
I feel happier right now than when I got my PlayStation 5.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
When I tell you I am happier right now, I'm more euphoric than when that PlayStation 5 came. That's how real it is.
That's good. Talking about the PlayStation 5, we both had it for about a week now.
No, we hadn't. I got it Monday. That ain't a week. That's 4 days.
It's 5 days.
That's 4. It came Monday.
I mean, you can play with it on Monday. That's on you.
I'm just saying it's only been 4 days.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either way, you ain't really playing nothing on it anyway. You're not.
The slander on
What are you playing on it?
Warframe, sir.
But I guess what I'm saying is you're not playing something new that you haven't played before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't have anything new.
That's this. We'll get into that. So we'll talk about our experience with...
I do when I get... Well, we'll talk about it because I just did something.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what he's talking about, folks. We'll find out together. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We will talk about the Video Game Award nominations. I printed them out so you can look over.
Oh, I know. Because
because I don't know what's...
Oh, really? Because
there's a lot of stuff.
Well, see, there's one that I want to get into. If Brian Barrett is in here, I really want his response because he said, not Brian Gamer, Brian Barrett. Brian Barrett said he did not think Last of Us 2 should be on Game of the Year. And I asked him what should take its place because it's 6 games. And I wanted to know what should take its place because I thought it was interesting that Miles Morales was only listed like on one category. And that's a voice actor. Nothing else is up there.
Okay.
I thought that was very interesting.
So we'll talk about those 2 topics. And
Brian Gamer is Brian Barrett.
I know that, man.
There's so many things happening today for me.
Brian, I got love for you because you're my Avengers man, but yeah, I knew Brian Barrett and Brian.
I did not know that. I thought they were 2 different people.
He's the only one with Brian. I'm just saying, man. Don't be mad at me. You the one that said it.
Man, you better be so glad I can't curse right now.
Anyway, and the third topic we will hit on a little bit is Warner Brothers, right?
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman. I forgot.
Warner Brothers and Wonder Woman.
Man.
And also, I guess Monster Hunter.
A lot. What?
You know Monster Hunter's coming on Christmas Day too.
To what?
To theaters.
Get out.
I didn't.
Get out.
I'm just telling you.
Don't nobody want to see that.
I want to see it. I will see.
In the theater?
Kind of. I'm trying to do a double feature.
With what?
With Wonder Woman and Monster Hunter.
Why? When you can watch it at home?
Because I want to see the big
Dwight Howard to the Sixers. Oh yeah, it's free agency. Y'all let me know if Gordon Hayward goes anywhere.
All right. So
James Harden's got 2 years left, so he's not going anywhere.
Where you want to start?
You pick, man. I'm all over the place.
Let's. I feel like we'll say Game Awards. I feel like that'll probably be the biggest conversation.
Really? Okay.
Well, only because there's so many awards we could talk about.
Okay.
Let's start with PlayStation 5. What do you think? And for some of you all let us know that you had systems and you're waiting on getting your systems. Yeah. So for the people who do have their systems and they've had it for about a week or so, y'all let us know in the chat.
Only reason why I'll talk about PlayStation 5 and not Xbox Series X is because
that's the one we got.
Yeah, we couldn't get one.
You couldn't get an Xbox Series X. Friend of the show, Phil Spencer, please help us out with that.
Hey, Microsoft, right here.
Yeah.
Brian Gamer says he got one. It's lovely. We should talk about how because this is the thing. I posted on our Facebook page. I want to say The Verge did a very good article about what we've been talking about, the lead up to these console launches, and the RTX. Is that the
card?
Yeah,
graphics card?
were shit. Like the whole way they launched all of this stuff was crap. And they made a very good point of saying Apple, the people behind Oculus, and something else did a better job and do a better job with their releases than Sony, Microsoft, and whoever made that card. It's not NVIDIA, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got it right.
NVIDIA's RTX.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, see, I don't even know what's going on.
I know.
So, we ordered one from Target. You got one from Best Buy. You talked about that process. So, the process for Target, which they later on said, after we pre-ordered, said that we were not going to get it probably day one. A couple of groups said that you probably get... Zayla Naru, you are so right. Terrible launch. I think this is probably one of the worst launches ever.
Asterisks, we are dealing with a pandemic.
True, but the problem that I have with this is the pandemic didn't cause them not to understand how to release something online when everything we're doing is online. And the problem I have with all of this was the communication, because at one time it was like you're not going to get it till Wednesday, then you're going to get it Friday, then you're going to get it Saturday, then Sunday, and then it shows up Monday. Like that whole thing, because this is a $500 piece of equipment.
Sure.
You need to be home, because I thought I was going to have to sign for it.
Yeah.
And so,
because there were reports that some people, and I don't know if this is verified or not, but there were reports saying that for some people getting theirs delivered, it showed up in just the box. There was no box around it. So mine came in a cardboard box.
This is the thing. Target originally said that on their thing. So I was in I'm in I want to say it's the Sideshow group, and one of the people in there was saying he actually texted Target or got in contact with Target, and Target said, no, we're actually going to send it in a box. And so he said that he got his Xbox, he bought an Xbox, he got his the day after the launch. So he was like, so hopefully you'll get your PlayStation the day after launch. So he confirmed that they said that they were going to actually ship it in a box.
Yeah.
And so I did get mine in a box, and I think I was on the same truck because you texted me like less than an hour after I got mine.
Yeah. All right. So the launch sucked. Past that, it sucks. You open it up. What's the first thing you play? Or what's your process to set everything up?
I just made sure everything was there.
What do you mean?
Like I laid everything out, and I was
make sure you actually had all the pieces.
I was like, because my box, the USB cord, the USB-C cord to actually plug up the controller and the console slid someplace where it wasn't supposed to be. So I'm like looking around, like, am I missing something else? I hooked it up that Monday night, and I just went through kind of just playing with stuff. I didn't actually play any games until Tuesday.
Okay. For me, real simple process. I transferred a lot of my saves and data from my PS4 to the PS5. I transferred a few games over. Pretty simple process. It didn't take long. I did use a wired connection because wireless was going to take hours. And I played the game that it came with, Astro's Playroom.
Yeah, I have not played that yet.
So see, you haven't even messed with the controller, really.
I've been playing Warframe, man.
I told you what I wanted you to do.
I told you had no power here. I literally texted you.
I just needed you to know what the controller did.
I was going to, and then I got distracted.
So everybody, and Brian Gamer said it. He said that I heard the PlayStation controller is a game changer. It does things I didn't know I wanted, and that's I didn't know what I needed in my life. But PlayStation told me you need this DualSense in your life, and they were right.
You said it like it was a woman.
I mean, it changed me.
This woman changed my life.
The DualSense changed me. It's funny. that Nintendo is known as being an innovator and doing things differently, and then both Sony and Microsoft made like copy stuff, like with the motion sensitivity in gaming when they did with Wii, and then they brought that over to Xbox and PlayStation with their cameras and whatnot, and doing motion sensitivity.
Hey, I talk a lot of trash about Nintendo, but I give them credit.
Yeah.
They will try something. It may, you know what? Nintendo's that people we talk about with movies. Swing for the fences, man.
I say that to say Nintendo Switch brought us the HD Rumble. Everybody thought it was funny and it was a joke, but a big example they always used is the game 1-2 Switch. Oh, you can feel how many ice cubes are in a cup based on something. It seems funny, but it works pretty well. And HD Rumble was fine. Not a lot of games use it as much as I would like. PlayStation DualSense goes above and beyond what the HD Rumble is in the Nintendo Switch.
Well,
which is funny because both the company that made the HD Switch motors is the same company that makes the haptic stuff for PlayStation.
For you, because you are a Switch player, and anybody out there who plays a Switch,
yeah.
How many games actually use the Rumble in the controller? Is it a lot, or is it...
Well, I mean, everything has Rumble, but in terms of HD Rumble, it's not a lot.
Really?
Not really. Like 1-2 Switch was the biggest one. There was maybe I think a Wipeout style game. It's not Wipeout, but it's a Wipeout style game on the Switch that uses it.
Wait, Wipeout like the TV show, or Wipeout like the
racer?
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, the racing game uses it. But Astro's Playroom is great. You really get a sense of a tactile feedback whenever you're controlling the little Astrobot, the VR bot.
Yeah.
And it does this thing where you walk on different surfaces, and it feels, I don't know how they do it, I don't know what the magic is, but it feels different, like you're walking on different surfaces, whether it's glass or walking through sand or walking in, or swimming in water, going up in the air. The way the controller reacts to you and the way the microphone or the speaker emits you walking through grass or trying to pick up your feet like you're walking through mud is crazy.
Really?
Yes.
The reason why I asked is because I've been wondering, are companies going to get behind and make games utilizing the DualSense? Because we have the Rumble controller with Nintendo, and I'm wondering how many companies have actually embraced that. Because because I want to know, do people turn off the Rumble or the turn down the vibration? Because I know a lot of games on PS4, every now and then when something would use the feature, it kind of would shock you, like a train. Like I can't remember. I think it might have been Metro, where there was like a train sequence and the controller and I was like, oh, like it caught me off guard. So I wonder. I'm hoping people.
So the thing with your game, does it when you were playing a PlayStation 4 game, when it rumbled, the whole thing rumbled, right?
Yeah.
So is Warframe set up to where only parts of the controller rumble?
I have no idea.
Okay, because
this is the thing I will say about Warframe, and I watched a couple of people talk about it. Because the game loads faster and Warframe moves faster on the PS5. Sure. Everything, not just the IVR. Everything. So like, I have my character moves faster. So like I have to relearn.
It's probably higher frames per second. I would
assume. So I have to relearn how to play. I had to relearn how to play.
Right.
So I don't know if I hadn't gotten to that point yet in the game where they actually utilize that part of that game, because I'm still early on.
Because a big thing about the controller is, so I talked about how it feels and moves and everything. The controller rumbles in different parts of the actual controller, whether it's like the tip, I should have brought the controller, whether it's the top of the controller or the prongs where you actually hold it, the handles, or the side, the left side, the right side. And there's a spatial awareness that you actually feel like, oh, I'm moving my left foot, I'm moving my right foot. Perfect example, game that I actually started playing again. I said I wasn't going to play until the DLC came out. I started playing Avengers again on PS5.
That's cute.
It loads faster, it runs faster, it's overall smoother, and the controller itself...
Just faster trash.
Whatever. It's not specifically designed for the next-gen systems yet because that patch is coming later, but there are a couple of things where, like, so you know in some games if you push in one of the thumbsticks, it makes you run? Yeah. So if you do that in Avengers, there's a subtle left and right vibration as if you're actually walking in the game. Yeah. It feels good.
So I have so the funniest thing is, earlier today, because everything's on sale, I got a alert that said, where is it? Oh, I don't have
Brian Gamer, you sure it's not December 8th? I see December 4th. You mean December 8th?
For what?
Kate Bishop's supposed to come out.
I don't know. I just see the little things that shows up.
The DLC for Kate Bishop, I thought it was December 8th. Unless they moved it up, Brian Gamer, let me know. That'd be cool too.
They might have because y'all people jumping ship supposedly.
I mean, nobody is playing it.
Yeah,
nobody is playing it.
I got an alert, and I knew I always wanted to play Control. I've been behind on my games trying to catch up. So Control was one of the games. If you bought the Ultimate Edition, you got the PS5 upgrade that came with it. So I got an alert. I bought it through PlayStation Store. It was $20, and I'm
For
like,
the Ultimate Edition?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it still $20?
Yep. It's $20 until the 1st.
I may be picking up Control tonight.
So I bought it, and set it up to download. So
while you're here?
Yeah. So hopefully, so that I wanted. I'm hoping the upgrade version takes advantage of these new features because I don't have. The only game that I have that might do it is maybe because I read out. So I so far I've done 2 Call of Duty games. The Modern Warfare Remastered. I put those on there, and I put Spider-Man on it.
Okay.
I have not played any of them. I've just been playing Warframe because honestly, I have not had any time. I'm downloading Control. It is $20 on PSN right now or Xbox Live for the Ultimate Edition. I know that if you buy it, it comes with the upgrade. So I'll play that this weekend and see how that is.
Yeah. A lot of people are talking about all the money that Avengers lost. I will say, it lost a lot of money, and I hope that they at least support it for a year and then get back on its feet.
Usually they do.
DLC. It's a fun beat 'em up.
This is the thing, and we've talked about this before. I'm gonna wait until they get all the bugs worked out, like they normally do with these MMO
games of service type things.
Yeah, I thought it was a short, like an acronym for them, but.
Well, I mean, most of them, like, your Destiny is like a game of service type thing. Or whatever.
But I feel like MMORPGs, like something like I thought there was. Like,
yeah, but that'd be like a World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought there was like a new term they came up with. I forget what it is, but basically, what I was saying was I'm hoping that they support this game. But what's going to give you hope, or what should give you hope, is when Destiny came out, Division. I say this all the time. Anthem was crap when it came out. Supposedly they put some more work into it, and for $10, that was a great game.
Question is still out on Anthem.
Well, they put more into it. Breakout, I bought that for $10. A lot of people were trashing that. Supposedly, it's going like they put more into it. They did a big patch update. So hopefully these games that are games of service, or whatever you want to call it, Avengers isn't even a year old.
Yeah.
So let's see where it is in March. In the next quarter, let's see, especially with Christmas coming up, and it being $30. Hopefully you'll see an influx of games or gamers playing this game, which would make them say, "Hey, let's put some more into it."
And it's always fun to do a Monday morning quarterback of this is what they could have done, should have done. And if we lived in a world where the pandemic didn't happen, if Chadwick Boseman didn't die, we wonder when his character would be released, because I feel like there's still the last war table that Avengers did before it released. We knew something about Black Panther was going to come out.
Yeah. Well, supposedly aren't they supposed to be getting all of them?
Yeah. But like they had a Black Panther icon in there saying, "Oh, we've changed this presentation because of circumstances," that being Chadwick Boseman's death. So we probably would have heard more about him, and we would know probably a date for him. We would have had a date, an earlier date for Kate Bishop, a date for Hawkeye, and maybe down the horizon people would have been like, "Oh, Black Panther's coming in, it's this date." So that gets you excited. So Black Panther's coming eventually, man. That will probably draw in more people.
Some of the people talking about, has anybody played Miles? No, that is my Christmas gift. So I'm like waiting until I know Sony did an update to the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game and the PlayStation. So basically, they changed his face and did all this other stuff. None of them look like they do in the comics or MCU. It's a whole different version. Yeah. So I've had to learn to let that go. You guys will have to get over it too, because I don't know why they didn't go with Tom Holland, or they didn't go with anybody.
They ain't paying that money.
No, but what I'm saying is they could have.
They ain't paying that money.
Sony got the money. And
I'm sure they got the money.
So
I don't think you want to continue to pay somebody over and over for their likeness in a game if something goes wrong and this person don't work, whatever. Because it's cheaper to pay a voice actor a little bit, $3,000. They think they made the world, as opposed to you paying an actor $20,000-$30,000.
What I'm saying is I understand why they didn't go with a current, but what I'm saying is like he doesn't even look like the comic book. Like you could have gone at a totally different direction. And I like the new one versus the old one.
But I think if you're gonna do it, I feel like Spider-Man did it right. Don't make it look like anybody. That way you don't compare them, because as people are saying, a problem that people have with Avengers, they're slightly off.
But this is the problem I have with Avengers.
If they had made them look completely different, I think people would have been
This is the problem I have with Avengers, though. I wouldn't have had a problem with them looking slightly off if they didn't try to model them after the MCU. Right. In other words, if you had just done an Avengers game based on the comic continuity, I got no problem. But don't make a game that looks like the MCU.
Sure.
Then on the back end say, oh no, it's not, and then it literally
like your core Avengers are the ones that
were in the
MCU more or less.
So that's the problem I had with that.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. I haven't played Spider-Man on the PS5 yet. I just downloaded it and got all the DLC.
Have you taken advantage of you have PlayStation Plus, right?
Yeah. Okay.
One thing, you're going to laugh at me. You should download Bugsnax.
No.
I think Katie might like it.
Who?
Wow. Okay. Oh, every time I'm like, I'm sorry, Katie. I'm just sorry.
Shock you every time when you say something.
Yes, it does. Anyway.
I saw it on PlayStation Plus. I saw the...
But also, Bugsnax, if you don't want that, also the PlayStation Collection, I've downloaded a few games on that I'm playing Ratchet and Clank now, and I'll probably play... I might play Bloodborne just because it's there.
I saw the games that are on there. I still have a bunch of stuff that I still hadn't played. So I'm like, I'm not going and jumping into anything new.
Right.
Until I still hadn't played the new Tomb Raider.
Oh man.
Yeah, I hadn't. I'm behind.
I haven't decided. I may not play a real PlayStation 5 game until I get a new TV, which probably won't be till next year.
That sucks.
I mean, it does suck, but I'm thinking, okay, long term, that means I can get Miles Morales for $20 next year or something. If I'm waiting that long,
I got to support that.
I feel like I can wait.
Well, the only reason why is because I want to play Miles Morales,
sure,
and I feel like I owe it to him to play it. But no, so this weekend, I don't know if I'm doing it this weekend, but then the next week, I'm buying Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us. I'm going to play Control probably this weekend. I'll probably fiddle around with some of the Call of Duties to see how the update works on a new, faster system. Yeah. But so far, I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. The controller, the media controller, it's okay.
What did you think it was going to do?
No, I just like the buttons are maybe a little too small. Like they were too cool with it. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like the fat buttons like that. Yeah, I like that. So like the directionals real thin. Yeah. It's not as. It's okay. Like I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
It's very small. It's nice. I'm really enjoying it, but I need to. Excuse me. I need to see more games with it before I can give. But so Warframe is fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we like the PlayStation. If I had to give it a review right now, I'd be like, it's fine. It's not like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this system is so incredible.
But that's because we don't have anything incredible on it.
Yeah. So even if I was playing Spider-Man Miles Morales,
I do like fat buttons. I cannot lie.
I do like the fact that. I don't know if I do like the fact that it was on PS4, because again, that's just another game that isn't exclusive to PS5. So,
but Kim from Chicago, I will say this: you say Alfred Knight Batman doesn't look like Bale, Clooney, Kilmer, and Keaton, but he does look like a Batman. That's the one thing I will say. He looks like a Batman. He looks like a Bruce Wayne, and it had Conroy's voice, so
that helped for sure.
Yeah, that really, and honestly, if you got Conroy, I don't care what he looks like.
So here's the thing. What if they had... That's interesting. Now, here's another question.
Because you about to say something real ignorant. I just know it.
I don't think it's ignorant. I'm just curious. Let's do an Elseworld scenario where the MCU characters don't look like their characters. The MCU characters don't look like the MCU characters in the video game, but they're voiced by the actors. How would you take that?
I'd be okay with it.
Okay.
But that's the one thing, and that's why I said sometimes a voice actor can take you out of a game. Mm-hmm. So like I love Horizon Zero Dawn. The guy who plays the bad guy.
Lance Reddick?
No, he's the secret bad guy. He's the sneaky bad guy.
Okay.
But the other guy who's like the hulking.
Yeah.
His voice does not match his body.
Okay.
And I think that's I'm trying to remember what his name is, but he doesn't match. And every time I play it and I hear him, I'm like, that's like, why did you get that? And because I was expecting, because everybody else's voice acting is spot on. Whoever plays Aloy is great.
Ashley Birch.
Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, Lance Reddick is a freaking treasure. That man is amazing.
Have you seen
Corporation?
No, I was gonna say he's done a couple of Funny or Die sketches.
I've seen a few
and some College Humor ones that are very good.
The best one is the gay wedding from Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Oh, when he says, "So when do we sing YMCA?"
Yeah.
Oh man, bro, Lance Reddick. Oh, but when you have certain voice actors, you're like, that's it. Mm-hmm. And that one takes me out of the game. Same thing with who's your favorite dude who does Tony Stark in Avengers?
Nolan North?
Yeah, he's in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Took me out of the game. His voice does not match the person that I see on that screen. Okay. Everybody else, top notch. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I was glad.
Wait, Nolan North or Troy Baker?
It was one of them.
Yeah, they're different people, but okay.
They are. But what I'm saying is, it's one of the ones who are like the creme de la creme. Okay. In other games, they're great, but in that one, his voice takes me out because everybody else's voice is spot on. Mm-hmm. And so that's all I'll say about that.
Okay. Next topic.
Yep. Let's go.
Let's. What you want to do next?
Hey man, dealer's choice. You pick.
I guess we could do.
Wait, Lance Reddick's in Bosch? What, Titus Welliver?
I don't know.
I didn't know that. I gotta watch
I've just seen
that.
the commercial. Like, it looks cool. I just never picked it up.
Man, you know how behind I am on TV.
All right, let's talk about Game Awards.
Woo!
Jeff Keighley and his Game Awards Corporation announced a bunch of nominees and stuff. Some people happy, some people upset. It's a Game Awards nomination. That's how it is every year. I've kind of looked over them. I'm not necessarily upset by anything.
I literally was buffering just now. That's because I was about to say something and I was like, what am I going to say?
Y'all, him talking for insurance took him out. It took you out.
Man.
You're still recuperating. Yeah, so is there any big category? And you guys and gals, let us know if there's a category you want to talk about specifically. Who got snubbed, who do whatever. I said there wasn't any snub, but for Game of the Year, this is one I will start with.
Ori?
No, I'm not.
Really?
No, I think it's great.
You don't think it's Game of the Year?
That's probably not my Game of the Year.
No, I'm saying you don't think it's up there with
well, here's the thing. I don't know what you take off. So with this conversation, you for everything. So here are the Game of the Year nominees: Animal Crossing: New Horizons from Nintendo.
We knew that was going up there.
Doom Eternal: id Software.
I was surprised about that one.
Final Fantasy VII Remake: Square Enix.
Wasn't surprised.
Ghost of Tsushima: Sucker Punch.
Wasn't surprised.
Hades: Supergiant.
Was shocked.
The Last of Us Part 2: Naughty Dog.
Was not surprised.
I feel like probably the biggest surprise on there.
Hades.
And it's weird because the company that makes Hades, Supergiant Games, they make incredible games. At least for me, they made Bastion. I don't know if you played Bastion.
Nope.
Really cool game. They made Transistor for PlayStation 4, maybe PC.
I heard about it.
That was really good. They made Pyre, and then I think they made another one I can't think of. But they do really good. They're an indie studio. They do really good games. Everybody loves Hades. They like this roguelike. They say the writing is top notch. It's stellar, and the action in it's really good. Doom Eternal. That came out in March, because I think it came out maybe 1 or 2 days before or after Animal Crossing.
Same day.
New Horizons. Was it? Yeah, because I think they made a big push on it. Okay. Came out in March. Animal Crossing went on to do gangbuster sales. Oh, yeah. Doom Eternal reviewed well, but it was not as commercially popular, I don't think, as like the Doom 2018 was. And I don't know why. that happened?
But honestly, it's going to be... I wonder if it suffered from more of a plot. Because the Doom from 2008, it had a plot, but you don't care because you're just knifing demons.
Wait, which Doom are you talking about?
Doom Eternal. So
No. You said Doom for 2008.
2008, yeah, the reintroduction.
The one on like Xbox or whatever or something.
No, I'm not talking about the horror survival. I'm talking about the one that's preceded Doom Eternal.
2018.
2018.
You said 2008. That's why I kept asking.
Whatever the one.
The one right before that.
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right.
Whatever that one was.
Uh-huh.
That was just. I don't know if you guys watch Girlfriend Reviews. Hilarious. She calls it diarrhea Christmas lights. That's what she said when she reviewed Doom Eternal. She was like, they're diarrhea Christmas lights. And she's just like, oh my gosh, they're so pretty.
There's a lot of stuff popping out or whatever.
So that Doom, it had a plot, but it was like, you don't need a plot. You just want to punch things in the face. And Doom Eternal had more of a narrative, and
it does, and I don't care about it.
And see, and that's
I'm playing it right now as part of
really
shameless plug. Get Xbox Game Pass. It's on there.
Yeah, I gotta download.
So I downloaded that and I'm playing it. I really don't care about this story.
And see, that's that, and I wonder if that's part of it because when we asked the question, and we first watched that Doom Eternal trailer, we were talking about it, and people were like, and remember we asked who would win, the Doom Marine or Master Chief, and like overwhelmingly they were like Doom Marine, like it's not even close, and they knew the lore. But I'm wondering if just a core group of fans wanted that, and most people just wanted diarrhea Christmas lights, and just to knife demons and curb stomp them, and don't really need that because some games do suffer from a narrative when people just want mindless violence to play.
Nick Jones. Shout out to friend of the show, Nick Jones, being in the chat saying NASCAR Heat 5 should have been list for Game of the Year. Nick, I appreciate the passion, man. I don't know that enough people played it.
Well, this is my question. A lot of people who love racing games feel like they get snubbed. And Forza, Dirt, there have been...
I'm trying to look up best sports game to see if it was at least included in sports. Dirt 5 is in sports, Nick. So there you go.
So this is the thing that I wonder,
yeah.
And this is what I've also noticed. Why is it that some of these games that end up in best sports or simulation don't make it to that second tier to Game of the Year? And that's something...
I think a lot of them is because they slightly improve upon the thing from the year before.
Resident Evil.
True, but Resident Evil 2 was like a whole remodel.
True, I know, but I'll get to that in a second. But I will say this.
Yeah.
I'm not really too upset of who's not on this list like I was in years previous.
Yeah.
But I want a couple of things I want to know. I want to know what the cutoff date is for nominating a game or a game getting in there, because I was shocked Miles Morales is not in there as for any other category except voice acting. And if it would have come out earlier, would it have done better?
Yeah, and that's a big thing that award shows and their criteria always suffer from is what's the cutoff point? Because the side note, the Grammys always confuse me because their cutoff is like part of March until like April or something.
Quibi got an Emmy or whatever it was, and they were only open for 6 months and then they shut down. It's like
there you go. But yeah, the Game Awards last year, it was a weird cutoff date. And remember, last year the big controversy was that
Death Stranding.
Well, no, not Death. No. I'm talking about a game that didn't get nominated because Death Stranding got all the nominations.
Yeah.
No,
that was controversial.
True. Because no, it was what was the Star Wars game? Last Jedi.
Fallen Jedi.
Fallen Order. People liked it, but it.
I didn't.
You don't like it at all?
I mean, I liked some of it, but I felt like I didn't like Kyle Kestis. I thought everybody else was more interesting. The Night Sister was too late, like adding her into the game, and the sliding thing. I'm like, really that.
I would be happy. I'm glad that game did well because I would like to see what a sequel does.
Yeah.
Just for whatever. But people did like the game.
I like the fighting.
Yeah, and it reviewed well, but I think it was a week outside of the cutoff time, so it didn't get nominated for anything. It's nominated this year because it was part of the category.
What did it get nominated for?
One of these things. It's in here somewhere.
Game that didn't tank Star EA?
It's not a big game, but I'm pretty sure Star Wars got a nomination somewhere. The thing that I thought was weird for Game of the Year that's not on there, Fall Guys.
Who?
That's the little people that run around in the beans. It's like
Never heard of it.
oh man, you don't know. Fall Guys is huge. It's probably one of the top streaming games that's streamed on Twitch. It's kind of like a Japanese game show where you have to survive this contest of like not getting knocked out or knocked off stuff. Yeah, very popular, and I'm surprised that didn't make it as a Game of the Year because it got so much attention. I feel like that got more attention than something like Hades did, for sure. But
I knew about Hades and I didn't know about that one.
Interesting.
Yeah. We reviewed. Didn't we look at Hades? Didn't we review the trailer for that?
Hades? I don't think so.
I think we did.
I don't think so.
I think we did.
I don't think so. I know we saw Hades at a Game Awards one time.
Could have swore we did the trailer for it.
Y'all let us know.
Could be wrong.
But yeah, I remember because I think it was Yumi and Shauna, so it couldn't have been last year, but the year before or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they showed a preview for Hades at the Game Awards from years past.
Like I said, I'm not knocking the list. I think.
What would you take off to put on?
See, this I guess the reason why I asked what is the cutoff is because Miles Morales was released in November. So how in the world were you able to review it enough for it to be nominated, but only one thing, which leads me to believe it wasn't released quick enough for you to actually immerse yourself and say, and put it up against games that you already had in your mindset, I nominated. So to me, it's almost like, why can you like wait and say, don't review us, let us fall into next year? Because let's be honest, whenever Cyberpunk comes out, it's going up for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my question. When is that cutoff?
Because I mean, sometime I think they changed it this year so that it extends a little bit further into November or whatever.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I bet I know you're not saying I'm not. It's not the main factor why Cyberpunk did not come out on its date. But I guarantee it was a small factor in them pushing back Cyberpunk to December the 10th to make sure it was nowhere close to being reviewed for this year's Game of the Year.
I don't think so.
I think so. Because let me tell you why.
Respectfully disagree.
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because when that game comes out, and this time next year, when they release that Ultimate Edition and that has Game of the Year, I'd like to know the numbers of how many copies it's going to sell.
But what does that have to do with the Game Awards thing?
Because if you're nominated for Game of the Year or you win Game of the Year, I want to know how much money that boosts your game.
Yeah, but
because in other words,
the thing is like Game of the Year edition isn't necessarily tied to Game.
No. I guess what I'm saying is when you release your Game of the Year edition, you say it won this many awards. Kind of like when a movie wins an Oscar.
Yeah.
Every movie gets a bump when they release it again or they bring it out. I'd like to know what that monetarily bump is.
See, I don't know if there's going to be a Game of the Year edition, only because I thought I remember them saying Cyberpunk was going to have a bunch of free DLC for a while.
Oh, yeah, but the thing is, when they actually finally contabulate or put it all in one, whatever, and the next gen...
Just to be clear, you said contabulate?
Yep.
Okay, keep going.
Yep.
All right.
You heard that, right?
I did.
Threw that in there.
We all heard it. Contabulate.
Yep.
Okay.
I meant to say it too.
All right. Keep going.
I wanted to see if you got that.
Oh, yeah. I did, sir.
But I'm being honest. But like, once they put it all together and they release a PS5 and Xbox Series X version, I would like to know how much more money they make on that. Because we know from a movie, once they get that Oscar bump, they make more money.
Yeah.
Green Book is a perfect example. That movie was, from what I understand, trash. It was, white people, we solve racism kind of thing. Kind of like The Help Was.
Yeah.
but it wasn't a good movie from what I understand. It had some good performances, but it made more money once it was nominated for an Oscar and won an Oscar. So I'd like to see what that money...
Brian Gamer, I missed part of your comments. I need to hear what Mike and Leroy think of it. Are you talking about Mandalorian, maybe? Let me know, because the chat was moving up, so I skipped part of whatever. If you are talking about Mandalorian, yeah, I enjoyed this most recent episode.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Because your girl was in it? I am excited because episode 5 is directed by Dave Filoni. And I'm pretty sure Ahsoka's going to be in it.
Yeah, they've already confirmed it.
Oh, has it? Okay, so then, yeah.
Supposedly it was episode 5, because everybody thought she was going to be in this one.
Right, because they teased for 3.
But they said, from what I gather from it was episode 5. And not that this was a filler episode, but supposedly from what I read, I knew he was going somewhere else. He wasn't going to Corvus yet.
Yeah.
That was like some people, I forget what article was it, The Variety? I forget what it was. But somebody was like, yeah, we're going to get a episode in between Ahsoka.
Okay. So yeah, I'm enjoying Mandalorian. I feel like I don't know if this season is moving faster than season 1.
Oh yeah.
It is? Okay. To me, I feel like I was adjusted to what season 1 was. So I am used to the pace of season 2 now.
Well, season one is basically what a lot of people don't realize. Let me tell you back. What a lot of people are trying to grab their head around, it is an episodic show. It is literally the definition of a episodes. And it does have a long narrative, but it is episodic.
Yeah.
But it's basically Space Lone Wolf and Cub. So if you've read any of those books, you talk about the Western theme. I see what you're talking about. I get more of the manga. You have this huge tome, but it's like one episode.
Yeah.
And that's what I get from it. These are moving faster because to me it seems like they're building to a point to this. You're moving towards something. Where in season 1, you didn't know what that point was. Like we didn't know who these characters were. We didn't know what their motivation was. So you kind of get more or less like he now has a purpose. He has a goal.
Yeah.
He's not just flailing about just on the run.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I look at it.
Were there any other categories you want to talk about?
The one thing I will say that I noticed was not on this list because it kind of falls into what you said. Resident Evil 3 wasn't on here.
Nobody cared about Resident Evil 3.
Which is interesting, considering how much they cared about Resident Evil 2.
Well, I mean...
And I wonder, and maybe I should ask them, who are Resident Evil fans, was it because 3 wasn't as popular as 2? You see what I'm saying? Like, 2 and 4 were the ones. When everybody talks about Resident Evil, they talk about 1, 2, 4.
Yeah.
Is it because it was 3 and everybody's like, eh?
I think it wasn't as...
Or was it...
The hype wasn't as big for 3 as 2 was because there were rumors that they were making it 2 and then the trailer happened like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Because somebody who used to work for Game Informer, Imran Khan, I think now he works part-time for Kind of Funny Games.
Game Informer?
He had a report that he said on an episode of Kind of Funny Daily or whatever, Games Daily, that some of his sources were saying originally Resident Evil 2 was supposed to be bundled with 2 and 3 and whatever that online game was. Whatever it was. That was all supposed to come together.
And then they split it up.
So...
And then had the episodes in 2.
Yeah.
And then put Resistance and 3 together.
Right.
Because those campaigns are short.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they decided to bundle 3 with Resistance, mainly probably because everybody cared about 2.
I wonder, is it because it goes into that thing, like you just said, it just improves upon something that already happened. Like, in other words, 2 was a big deal because it was, oh my gosh, they redid 2. And then 3 came out, I was like, yeah, you did this with 2. So, like, is it almost like Madden?
Yeah.
Like, there really was no big difference.
Yeah. These people over here talking about, man, they're going crazy on Mandalorian.
It's a great show.
Yeah, you and AG need to get on these reviews. I mean, you can look at me. But...
Sir, I've been trying to get my son health insurance in this new chaotic world that we live in. Shut up, Mandalorian. What do you think is more important, Mandalorian or insurance?
Oh, you don't want me to answer that.
Old Leroy would have said Mandalorian.
New Leroy.
New Leroy saw that hospital bill and was like, "Hey man, he was born on June 10th. You better get it together."
Yeah.
Before I firebomb y'all studio or whatever it is y'all work in. Oh, they all work at home now. Never mind.
Yeah.
Have to track them down individually.
Let's see. What else is on this list?
So like that's the one thing that I noticed. I personally, like I said, I'm not knocking any of these games that got nominated. I'm shocked Hades was up there because it takes a lot for an indie game to get up there with AAA studios.
Yeah.
So hats off to them. And that's why I said I want to know what it is, what the bump is for a game that gets nominated or wins the Game of the Year award.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to know, because like when Grease was nominated or Catherine, I want to know what happened to them financially when they were put up there. Because I think that's really good that they highlight that kind of stuff.
All right.
The voice actors, I think, is very interesting. Again, where's that?
Voice actors. Which one are these? Oh, best performance?
Yeah. Because this is what I noticed. So, Ashley Johnson, Ellie. Lauren Bailey, Abby. For Last of Us 2, both of them. Daisuke Tsuji for Jin. Logan Cunningham for Hades. And Najee Jerdam for Miles Morales. That's 4 games. And I'm like, wow. And 2 are from 1 game. And that kind of shocked me a little bit because you can nominate more, but that's who they were like, nah, I'm good.
Well, how many, and I guess we could have done a better job as journalists to look up how many people you can have in every category. Like, what's the maximum people you can have in a category?
I thought it was,
I don't know.
I thought it was 6. Or is it just
I know
6?
Game of the Year is 6.
Oh, so it's not 6 for, I just assumed it was 6 for all of them.
I don't know. Because
we've
everything
seen
else is 5.
Huh.
No. Some of them are 6.
See, that's why I thought it was 6.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Because when you look at some of the other ones, they're 6. I just assumed it was 6, and I was like, and that's why I looked at it, I said, oh, so they didn't even think there was 6, like there were, and that's why I looked at it. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm sorry.
I don't know how many, because most of these are 5, but a few of them do have 6 people or 6 nominees in a category. So yeah.
So that's why I said I think it's interesting what did and didn't make it.
One thing that I'm looking at as I see there is a wide variety of games that are featured in terms of indies, AAAs, smaller studios. So I think that's pretty cool. And then all these people, like best performance, I like that it's, minorities and females. So it's not just white man.
White man? Cool. Yeah. You mean white men?
No, I just meant white man. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's it for Game Awards stuff.
I would have thought it would have. Another thing too is, if you remember correctly, a lot of things were delayed. Master Chief didn't come out. Also, your Ubisoft games got pushed back. Legions, Watchdog Legion was not. The 2 actors from...
Oh, Brian Gamer says whoever plays Iron Man should be nominated. That's the guy we were talking about, Nolan North. Most people know Nolan North is Nathan Drake.
I was shocked. None of the voice actors from Valhalla was nominated as well. That's why I said, like, it was very interesting. That's why I said it's...
Yeah, but people ain't really talking about him. Not like the female voice actress from Odyssey. People loved her.
Oh, yeah.
And she was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her for sure.
But I just thought it was very interesting. Like, a lot of things got delayed, but then what did and did not get nominated. Yeah. Because the way Valhalla looks is beautiful. Ain't on there.
Valhalla's on here.
For what? You gotta look.
Best action adventure game.
That's it.
I mean, what you want, Leroy?
Art direction?
I mean, maybe it
Game of the Year? Something? Like, that's it? That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, best art direction, what would you take off? Ori and the Will of the Wisp, Last of Us Part 2.
What
Hey, I know people don't like Last of Us Part 2. The facial animation Last of Us Part 2,
I think part of the reason
that
why
is,
people...
woo, that game looks great.
think part of the reason, and don't spoil it for those who hadn't played it yet, it's controversial in some of the choices that it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that was what a lot of people... But I will say this. In order to advance a story and top what you did in the first one, you got to go some places. And
yeah, they went some places.
yeah, so... let's get to... Warner Brothers.
Okay. Sir, you talk.
One thing that I did not think was ever going to happen. But who would have known we're still fighting this COVID?
Yeah.
Warner Brothers said we need to make some money.
Yeah.
Disney Plus is kicking ass and taking names. They're dropping Soul on Christmas.
Yeah.
We don't know if we'll ever get out Wonder Woman, HBO Max.
Simultaneously, HBO Max and theaters.
Yep.
I think that's awesome. I want to say I'm happy. I really don't want to be a cheerleader for big corporations, but I'm happy Warner Brothers decided to do both of these things to let people see it on the TV as well as theaters. Based on my experience with Tenet, I would feel completely fine going to an AMC to see Wonder Woman and Christmas and a movie.
Yeah, because ain't nobody gonna be there.
That's what I'm saying. I've based on how it was here, I feel like I could do that again to see it, and I want to see it on the big screen because I want to see Gal Gadot in this gold outfit with the wings doing all cool stuff. So, yeah,
She party.
yeah, she is a beautiful woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I want to get into the nitty gritty.
Uh-huh.
Warner Brothers was like, how much money we got? Put that thing on HBO Max.
But do you think, is Warner Brothers thinking putting it on HBO Max will drive subscriptions of HBO Max?
Yep. I think so. This is the thing that I've been mulling over in my head because we've talked about the streaming wars. It's kind of slowed down a little bit because nothing's really come out. This is the thing that I think what people need to a good point. Brian Gamer, HBO Max and for free. There's no upcharge like Disney did.
Disney Plus.
So and that's another thing. Disney realizes because they're not doing an upcharge for Soul.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they could.
Oh, they could have.
I think you can get away with it for Mulan more than you could for Soul.
They didn't get away with it for Mulan.
No, I mean before, like if you were to tell me, oh, you're going to charge money to pay to see one of these, either Mulan or Soul, I would say, yeah, Mulan.
This is the thing that I've noticed that I'm saying that where we're going. Mm-hmm. With COVID right now, they have realized we don't know when movie theaters will be back. Everybody keeps pushing dates back. They don't know. Mm-hmm. They're willing to take a chance to say, Wonder Woman is going on here. They got Patty Jenkins on board because she tweeted it out saying, hey, I'm basically in support of this. And they know the future is streaming. Mm-hmm. They know they do not have a Mandalorian. They don't have an MCU. They need to have subscribers. Disney Plus is at 70 million subscribers, I believe.
I don't know.
I think the last time I looked, it was right around 70, somewhere to be 70, 73 million subscribers. Disney Plus is killing it just with their little curated stuff.
Sure.
Warner Brothers has said, we need that. We know we're not getting the Snyder Cut until later on. We're not getting any of these DC shows until later on.
You seen that black and white Deathstroke photo?
No. I mean, I saw the Deathstroke photo. But yeah, I'm not like...
Oh, this movie is
thank you, Brian Gamer.
Oh man, this movie's going to be something.
So, we know Warner Brothers is like, if we're going to be in this, we need to put something on it that is an event. They know they have a captive audience on Christmas. Do it simultaneously. Get people to your site. Hopefully enough people will sign up, do the free trial, and forget that they have it. Yep. Or make the jump. John Scalise, who is the writer of Red Shirts and a whole Old Man's War, a whole bunch of books. Go check him out. He's an awesome writer, but he has HBO, and he was like, you were able to make me make the jump from HBO to HBO Max. And so that's kind of a big deal because that's going to make a lot of people move and make that switch. Also, I don't know if you remember, but last week was the week that they said HBO Max was coming to Fire Stick.
Yeah.
That let me know they made that deal. Next is Roku.
Oh,
And
it's still not on Roku yet,
Still
right?
not on Roku.
Okay.
And then after that is PlayStation or Sony's PlayStation because it's not on
PlayStation.
It's not on PlayStation 5. HBO Max is not on PlayStation 5. It's on PlayStation 4.
Oh, I guess I didn't even realize. Okay.
Didn't notice that, did you?
No. Okay.
And so that's where I was like, Warner Brothers is positioning itself to say, okay, let's do something. Brian Gamer, this is what I wanted. I was one of the people who said you would never see these things on streaming service. They make too much money. But the way COVID is going, I'm not putting it past anybody to dump something on streaming.
Now, with this rumor, Brian Gamer, are they also saying, like, it's going to be free or is there going to be a charge for it?
I think if the one they should have charged for was Black Widow.
I think so over Mulan.
They should not have done Mulan, but Mulan ran into a whole bunch of problems that didn't even set it up for it to succeed. They did not work with a indigenous Chinese, what's the word I'm looking for? Like having someone who is a Chinese director who knows the culture and intricacies and all that stuff. The actors treated in support of the Chinese government over the protesters.
I think the main actress.
There was a whole bunch of stuff that made that movie.
It was
already problematic. So
Yeah.
you can't really look at Mulan and say, "Oh, that movie didn't work," because Beauty and the Beast worked, Lion King worked.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Aladdin really worked.
Yeah.
Aladdin, they were like,
And they didn't expect Aladdin to work like they.
nope,
like
they
did.
expected Lion King to work.
Yeah.
And Lion King, everybody's like, but everybody was like, Aladdin.
Yeah.
Will Smith, bravo.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that Disney Plus won't do Black Widow, but they're okay right now because of Disney Plus.
Huh. All right, here's a big brain conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Brian Gamer says the rumor is they'll announce Black Widow on Disney Plus on December 10th. December 10th is also Game Awards. Do we think they can be connected? Like, could the announcement come at Game Awards? Because you know Chuck Q is all about big announcements.
I wouldn't be
Could
surprised.
Disney Plus have some type of announcement at Game Awards? That'd be pretty cool.
Remember, was it Game Awards when Keanu Reeves came out?
No, that was Microsoft press conference
Oh, okay.
like 2 years ago.
But yeah,
Game Awards is where Michelle Rodriguez and
I was directing. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that.
Vin Diesel came out.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't see
And
that.
Michelle Rodriguez called Tekken Tekken. She said, "I used to love playing Tekken games." I was like, "Oh,
She's trash anyway.
no, not Tekken."
Friend of the show.
Not Tekken games. All right.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But the one thing that I like I said, Edward Scissorhands Productions. Okay, that's where I'm going. HBO Max is positioning itself. They want to be in the running with Disney Plus, with Netflix, and I bring up the controller because on that controller, just like here, if you look right here, Netflix, Hulu, Roku, ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation 5 controller, you got Netflix, Disney Plus, Spotify.
Are you sure Disney Plus? No, Disney Plus is on there, but HBO Max is on there. What you were saying,
Yep.
right? Okay.
And so that's why I said HBO Max ain't on here. HBO Max was on none of these controllers, and they want to be positioned there.
Sure.
And they have not yet. So dropping that, and I'm gonna tell you right now, don't be shocked or upset if James Bond gets dropped on streaming. I know they don't want to do it. They keep talking about March, May. Don't be shocked. Now Dune, they're gonna hold. They're gonna hold that until. But don't be surprised if that comes on one day and they're like, stream it for a limited time.
Yeah. There we go. And the biggest news of all that we didn't talk about Monster Hunter is going to come to theaters on December 25th.
Get out.
Monster Hunter, y'all.
Brian Gamer, Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers isn't 007.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's Universal.
It's it ain't.
No.
It ain't.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Want to do a Chick-fil-A bet?
No.
Let's do a Chick-fil-A bet.
Nope.
Do a Chick-fil-A bet.
What is it?
I don't know what it is. I know it's not Warner Brothers.
What's the name?
Because it used to be MGM.
No Time to Die.
And then
MGM's no more. Yeah.
Right. That's
the
what I'm
line.
saying. It used to be MGM.
That's the line people.
That yes, it's the Lion people. But yeah, Warner Brothers isn't.
You sure?
Yeah.
What's that say in the lower corner?
I mean, why don't you just Wikipedia it?
I'm on the freaking IMDb. It says it on here.
Where say that?
Watch.
I'm sure it does, but I'm saying Wikipedia, you can probably find it.
Universal.
Okay.
Yeah, MGM, Universal, Eon.
Yeah. There you go.
So Universal doesn't have their own streaming service yet.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they do.
What?
Peacock. It's NBC.
Really?
Yeah, NBC and Universal.
Why isn't James Bond stuff on there now?
Who knows? Because they probably sold their stream rights to someone else before they made Peacock. The same reason why like Harry Potter is not on HBO Max anymore. It's on somewhere else. You know, people do all these things before stuff happens. So, yeah.
Biggest news of the day, Deadpool 3.
Deadpool.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm Deadpool out.
Really?
I thought the second one was just okay.
I think I liked the first one better. I did enjoy the second one. It wasn't bad, but it was like it was fun.
The director's cut it makes it better.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the direction they went into, but I loved James Brolin and Zazie Beetz.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they bring them back.
Yeah.
Dopender. I need him to get an X-Force uniform.
And no one has Peacock, which is sad because there is a free version of Peacock.
Yeah, it sucks.
I
have it.
I have Peacock only because Psych is on there, and I love Psych.
I have it. It sucks.
And the 30 Rock reunion special was on there.
Yeah. I don't care about 30 Rock. But yeah,
Doesn't Peacock have your SVU?
I don't watch SVU.
Or your original Law and Order?
Nope.
It doesn't?
We've had this conversation before. You don't listen.
You're right. Yeah.
We've had this conversation before. No one mentions CBS All Access, Zayla Naru, because nobody cares about CBS All Access because they have to restructure it. Since the
we have CBS All Access. We don't use it all the time.
do you know what we use it for? Star Trek, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the reason, but CBS All Access is going to change because the Viacom CBS deal. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to pull in all of that stuff.
Oh, so like Comedy Central,
Yep.
Nickelodeon, all that stuff. Yeah.
But they're still having problems because right now Dave Chappelle is streaming on Netflix.
Yeah, he is, and HBO Max.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like they're still trying to figure out.
I was thinking about when Dave Chappelle was on SNL. I was like, yeah, they stream my show. I didn't get no cut of it.
I was shocked. Like when I watched Dave Chappelle on Saturday Night Live, I was like, "Oh, he's going for broke." I was like, "They ain't never invited
He's never coming back to
That's what I said. I said he ain't never coming back. And everybody was like, "It was great." I was like, "Yeah, it was great." Him and Bill Burr. I was like, "Oh, y'all just was like." When he said, "Lord, I thought we was a comedy show."
Yes.
I was like, "Yo."
That was good. That was really good.
I was like, he was another one who swung for the fences.
Yeah.
Come and get these lessons.
Yeah.
But yeah, CBS All Access, I love Lower Decks. It's one of the best shows of the year. I watch it, and I watch White Woman Murder, also known as 48 Hours.
I've never seen the show, but
It's basically
I
Becky.
can't disagree with that.
Basically, it's Becky was married to John. He's a doctor. He went to Johns Hopkins. They had a loving family, 3 kids, and then Becky got murdered. Who did it? Was it her lover, or was it John?
Oh, I thought you were saying that the white ladies were doing the killing.
Oh, there's just a show called Women Kill.
Oh, okay.
But
There you go.
48 Hours is this white lady died. The lady was with the crazy dude.
Yeah.
But basically, 48 Hours is White Woman Murder Show, where every time I turn around, it's somebody. Sam Morril has one of the best stand-ups talking about. He was like, "Ladies, I gotta hand it to you. Every time you go on a date, you take your life in your hands." And he's like, "I just want you to know." He's like, "Thank you for taking a chance with me," because I'm like, they are killed at an alarming rate. When you watch 48 Hours, I'm like, what is going, like, white women, what is going on? Because every episode, it's this picture of this nice lady who's a mom or she's a teacher, and then they play the music, and then they show like a shot of like the moon, and then they do a time lapse, but she was murdered. I'm like, y'all ever have a nice story?
I mean, you watching the wrong show. You want a nice story.
I'm just saying, man. It's like, yo.
You know what you signed up for when you watch
CBS All Access is old shows, Star Trek, and murder.
There you go. What got you through the week?
Honestly,
Warframe on PS5?
I only played that thing twice, man.
Oh, okay.
Archer. I've been watching this season's Archer again.
Okay.
And I gotta admit, they're back.
Okay.
You need to catch up.
I watched it. I watched it as it happened.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What's the one you're behind in? Is it Rick and Morty?
Yeah, I'm behind on Rick and Morty.
Which is shocking because you have HBO Max and you could watch the whole season.
Doing other stuff.
Slack.
Watching.
Thank you, Kim. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What was that got me through the week?
I don't know,
Animal Crossing. Y'all, I'm trying to catch a tarantula. If y'all got any tips on how I can catch a tarantula, please let me know, because it's not coming to my island, and it is upsetting me because I can't give it to Blathers the owl to complete my bug collection. It is very upsetting.
I want to kick you off this chair.
Just saying, that's what's getting me through the week, trying to catch this tarantula. Because I got to catch it from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., so I do it when I go home to check on my island. Don't never see it.
I hope you never catch it.
Golly, woo! That's real.
The hate is strong.
That's real hate right there.
Woo! I have not watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. Me and my wife go watch that together. Mandalorian. We're gonna get a review show up eventually, but let me tell you, one, Michael was wrong. Bryce, is it Dallas Howard?
I'm not gonna tell you that you told me I'm wrong. I know what it is. I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah, that's her name. Ron Howard's daughter. That little sexy redhead. Woo! That last episode that she directed, then Carl Weathers. Hot fire. Like Dave Chappelle said when he was Dylon on the Chappelle show. Hot fire. And then, Cara Dune.
Brian Gamer said, Mike, I thought you were a thug and you play Animal Crossing. I don't know how you ever thought that about me, but I've said repeatedly I play Animal Crossing.
Let me tell you. Cara Dune, whatever her name is.
Oh. Are you working next Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be up next Friday then. Somebody asked when we're going to be up next Friday.
Yeah, I denied my vacation.
It got real.
And I didn't even have time to get angry about it because I was arguing with the insurance company. I asked for a whole week and a half off. They was like, nah, nigga, you go get these days off. And I was like, literally, when the email came through, I was on the phone, so I couldn't even, I was like, I can't even be mad right now. Because I got to stay here and listen to this lady on the IVR talk about, hey, if you want us to call you back, press 1. If not, stay on this long-ass hold time. So, yeah. Cara Dune. I follow her on Facebook.
You mean Gina Carano?
Nah, her name Cara Dune forever.
Okay. First of all, Animal Crossing does not equal Stadia because Animal Crossing made money. Stadia is not. Thank you.
Look, all I'm saying right now is Ava DuVernay had better call her to play Big Barda in the New Gods movie because I need to see that big, beautiful woman everywhere. When she was standing in them scenes like this, with them gloves on,
I think I'm going to sign off for this.
and them shoulders,
Not safe for work. I feel like it's not safe for work.
I was like, I can look at you all day. Hey, D. Steezel, she'd have got all my money. I'd have PayPal that lady everything. She'd have been like, Leroy, send me your PlayStation 5. I was like, where you wanted that? You wanted FedEx?
Tell these people by before you say something that you don't need to say on this thing.
I'm not. I just love her. Hey, you came around to Gina Carano?
As an actress?
Yeah.
You mean like a good actress?
Don't say something to have me throw this microphone at you.
I have said what I said about Gina Carano, and I stand. I think she's a great action star. She's all right.
You don't think Star Wars has really improved her?
No! What? No! No!
I almost called you a racial name with a hard ER. I almost turned into Clayton Bigsby. Really?
No!
Even after this last episode?
She's a great action star, and she is very pretty to look at. Okay.
Wow.
What?
Guys, I'm signing off. Whoa. D. Steezel. That should be an equal sign, sir. That's an equal sign.
No, he right.
You ain't even watched Ahsoka.
Yeah, but I'm talking about who Ahsoka's going to be played by. He right.
We don't know how the CGI gonna look.
He right.
Hey, y'all. To each his own, like Ryan Porter said. I'm going to let that stand before I throw this First Order Stormtrooper at him. Because the box already did it. Stay safe. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Wash your hands. And we will see you next Friday. Because guess what? We got to work. We will be here. Brian Gamer, you shut your mouth. Cara Dune. Woo! Just what I'm going